Sir, has Suriname responded to the Guyanese statement issued on Monday? And how does the government intend to deal with the situation if Suriname continues to fail to comply with its commitments?
That matter is being resolved as I speak to you. We have agreed that a high-level meeting would take place within the next 2 weeks to not only look at the current issues, because the current issues, we have the full commitment that the current issues will be resolved, but look at the issues in terms of the license itself and how we address that moving forward and in the long term. There are some concerns from their side. We have made our case very clear. We have given all the data. So I'm pleased at the efforts that were made in the last 24 hours to address the immediate concerns in terms of the vessels that were kept there. And I'm now looking forward for the meeting that will be held with the two foreign ministers within the next 14 days on the long-term solution.
So what were some of Suriname's concerns?
Well, from their fisher folk, the narrative is a bit different because, one of the issues is the rental of licenses that are granted to Surinamese fishermen that are rented to the Guyanese. And that is the core of the issue. Now, having the information to address this issue is critical. And that is one of the gray areas for them over there that they're working. But we are very convinced in our case. We have all the data. We've shared all the data with them. I called key members of the Surinamese private sector, myself, to let them understand that we treat everyone equally here. We give everyone an opportunity here, and that they should ensure that similar treatment is accorded to Guyanese.
You called yourself, you said?
Yeah, I did. The Minister of Finance called and I called myself too. I'm very clear about the direction in which the government should pursue this matter. We have some other options available, being members of CARICOM, but I won't explore that now.
Mr. President, you've said that you don't back down from a challenge and all of that in regards to this Bascom issue. We understand that the RSS report is completed. Has your government received the report as yet?
Your information is more timely than mine then. I have not received the information that the report is completed as yet. But once that report is completed and tabled, then you're talking about the availability of the report. Then I will urge the police to share the findings of the report. Yes.
Will be completed?
Well, is it completed, Marcel?
I understand, Mr. President. You're the president.
I wasn't officially informed that the report is completed. I know that they were working. The RSS was working, and I've not called anyone to find out. Frankly speaking, I urge them to address this issue with great efficiency, and I know they were working to conclude the report as quickly as possible. But I will definitely find out about that today. But I can say publicly that I urge them to share the findings.
I'm asking urgently the issue of the Chief Justice and Chancellor in terms of having consultations. Yes.
We're not at the stage of addressing those issues as yet. I think
Stalling.
There's nothing stalling. It's just that we are not at that. We have not commenced addressing that as yet. I'm trying to complete the Judicial Service Commission. These things must be in place almost instantaneously. Now that we have the clearance, we're hoping to have the Teaching Service Commission fully constituted, and in effect, we are hoping to have the Public Service Constitution Commission fully in effect, the Judicial Service Commission fully effect, and then we'll move our focus.
Sir, any updates or comments with regards to the sale of carbon credits? In February, it was announced that it was hoping to go on sale by July.
Yeah, so there's a lot of development globally in the carbon market. And I think that the unit led by the Vice President, they're taking into account all that is happening globally. There's a lot of changes in the carbon market. There is now, different narrative on fossil fuel as a transition. So I think what the unit is trying to do, and there's great interest. What I can tell you is that there's great interest in Guyana's carbon. They went out for an expression of interest. There is that analysis that is going on now to develop the best. It has to be a multi-dimensional approach from all that I've analyzed from what we have. So it has to be a multi-dimensional approach, and that is where I think a lot of critical thinking would occur, because whether you have a direct approach to the market in some instances, because there can be direct offers, or only an integrated approach through facilitation process. So these are some of the things that we have to address.